Thanks, Ted. We appreciate it. Hey, Erin. Good to see you.
I just sent the link to the board members. So I see some of them joining.
Awesome.
I'm admitting people that are coming in.
Yes, Maria and Ginny, you should have co-host rights as well, since you're alt hosts for these meetings, just in case Ted and I can't make it or something like that. So you should be able to also let people in as they show up. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody who is joining us on Facebook as well. We are so happy to have you here for Together Tuesdays. Yay! We need like one of those applause.
The soundboard.
Sound. Yeah.
The sound. It's like, yay. Okay,
Like
I'll just
TV
applaud for
sitcom.
myself. Yes. Like, what is it? Those applause tracks? Is that what they're
Yeah,
called?
the applause track.
Yes. Hooray, hooray. Okay, just for everybody to know, our Facebook, or this Together Tuesdays is being recorded as well as broadcasted live on Facebook. You can find our Zoom link on our socials on Facebook as well as on our website. So if you're looking to join, you can join us on our Zoom call and ask questions as well, or you can post your questions on Facebook Live and we have somebody monitoring that for questions. And today I have a full house, which I'm so excited about. So I'm going to take the first few minutes for everybody to introduce themselves in case anybody doesn't know who I am. I'm Ani Samarjan. I am the founder of AMCSI, and I'm so glad to have you all here with me. And I am going to turn it over to Ted if you want to share your position that you serve with AMCSI, as well as how you got involved and anything else you'd like to share with our community.
Sure. My name's Ted Hauser. I am the graphic production artist for AMCSI. I started in March. I had recently, in the past, had donated my design time to the organization when needed, and have been working every week since March, doing the designs for the newsletters, for the social media posts, for the websites, setting up a lot of forums and getting things more organized, and we're cleaning things up and making all the information a little more easier to see on the website with all the links and everything. So that's pretty much where I'm at. So I'm gonna send it off to Maria.
Thank you. So how important is the work that Ted does and everybody else? This important.
How important is it? It's important. We're all important.
There's your sound bit. So my name is Maria Cherhovsky. I am the executive director for the organization. Just completed 1 year with AMCSI. Excited about where we're headed. I know I'm not gonna plot myself, but so yes, just completed 1 year. Big transformation and more to come. Working through a lot of behind the scenes, as well as ways in which we can bring more value, more opportunities, more of everything for the betterment and support of the community. So excited to continue what we started this last year, and there's just a lot more to come. So thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll get to see more of you with every week that goes by. And now on to Jenny.
Yeah, hi everybody. I am Jenny Paradise. I have been in every board position now over the last 4.5 years. Currently, I'm serving as the secretary. Just started that after conference. And my daughter, Dylan, has arthrogryposis, is how I originally got engaged with AMCSI, and have had 6 5K fundraisers as well, 5 before joining the board, and we just finished our 6th one last month. So happy to be here. This is my first Together Tuesday, so excited. And I will pass it to Alexis.
Hello, everyone. My name's Alexis Record. I have been president of AMCSI for almost 3 months, and it's still around, so haven't destroyed it yet. I first got involved about 16 years ago as in when we were doing the forums, the old school, no social media, no photos, a lot of typing, and moved on from there to volunteering about 10, 12 years ago. And I have 2 kids with AMC, Lelia and Violet. They are 16, my introduction to AMC, and 13, just turned 16 and 13 this month. And I'm excited to be here. And just so Ani is aware, the board has an announcement that we can share with you sometime tonight at your leisure. Moving it on to the next person on the board, I'll send it over to Marshall.
Hey, how's everyone doing? Marshall Johnson. I have been in the role of vice president as long as Alexis has been in the role of president, and am grateful and appreciative for the opportunity to do that. I also chair the fundraising committee, which has been a lot of fun. I'm passionate about trying to find creative ways to sort of showcase different capabilities that folks with arthrogryposis have, and in the process create awareness about the condition, the organization, and raise money. That's the goal. I'm also really passionate about sports and sort of athletics. I spent some time volunteering with other organizations in the adaptive space, and that's been a ton of fun. And I am a father and a husband, and when I'm not working and spending time with this fine group of people, I just live to be outdoors. That's where I'm happy, and it's where my passion is. So I will pass it along to Josh.
Hey everybody, I'm Josh Russell. I'm a treasurer on the board. I joined the board here back in, I think it was February, March is when they onboarded me. My daughter's Piper. She's about to be 6 next week. The Mockridges found us on Facebook and invited us to the first conference. So Columbus back in, I guess that would have been 2018 was the first conference we attended, and then been at the other one since then. So glad to be here with everybody. And I think we've also got Aaron, who's on the board, on the call with us.
Hey, Aaron, unmute, please.
I do that on Zoom calls. I do that on work calls. I'm Erin. I am a member at large. I've been on the board for just 2023. I came on about the same time as Josh. I was born with AMC, and I actually got involved with the AMCSI community in, I think it was the 2017 Vegas conference. I Googled it and found it on Facebook, actually. And I was like, oh, what's this? And then I called my friend. I was like, you want to go to Vegas? And she's like, okay. So that's how that started. I think that's it
Awesome.
for board members.
Yes. Rod, do you want to take a minute to introduce yourself to the community? I know you've been on multiple Zoom calls before, so I didn't know.
Hey everybody, my name is Rod Harrison. I was born with arthrogryposis, live here in Montgomery, Alabama, and had some time on my hands tonight, so decided to just hop on. So hello everyone.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, Rod. We appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started on our topic of the evening. Ted, do you want to pull up our blueprints? Guys, so tonight we're going to cover the basics of fundraising for your favorite charity, and we hope that your favorite charity is AMCSI. And I wanted to just kind of cover, because these are some, we did put in a couple of new ones, but these are some of the activities and fundraisers that our AMC families have done for us over the last 18 years now, and some that are actually in the works. So some of these will be upcoming fundraisers for AMCSI. So I just wanted to kind of cover some of the items we have an extensive fundraising list, but this is just some of the basics. And we wanted to kind of give you guys a head start if you're thinking about fundraising for AMCSI. These are some of the ideas that have been, put out there for our community. So I wanted to get started because Marshall is here. And so is Jenny. So they both hosted two of our biggest fundraisers for 2023, which is our 253 for AMC, which Marshall led, and then Jenny also joined in on the fun with Dylan's Dash. And I know that there is going to be some other meetings where we cover these items in more detail. I know that Maria talked about this recently with our team, having some of our organizers for the either 253 or Dylan's Dash or Rogers Run come on live with us for Together Tuesdays to go into more depth about how these fundraisers can benefit you in your local community and as well as AMCSI. So I just wanted to cover for those of you who may just want to participate with your AMCer on a smaller level. We do have folks that do yard sales for us, bake sales, lemonade stands, and we love it when the kids come to us at conference and bring us their bag full of change from these items. So if you have an AMCer that is looking to give back to our community, please make those suggestions. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Pinterest ideas of how to make a cute little lemonade stand. The other thing is the pancake breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So we had not too long ago, I think it was Awareness Day, we had a restaurant partnership that happened in New York. So a portion of the proceeds that went from that dinner was donated to AMCSI, which is really cool. That was the first restaurant partnership that I'm aware of that we had come through. And we had some AMC families that joined in on the fun in that. The cornhole tournament is coming up. It will possibly be next year, if not the year after, and that is going to be a memorial fundraiser in honor of Kieran Green. The Green family is going to take that on, which is really exciting. I've never been to a cornhole tournament, even though I've played it many times. So I'd love to see more. I know it's a big or very popular game in the South. So that would be fun if we had more of those tournaments come about. The pub crawl and the sip and paint is probably similar. Those of you that love wine tasting, stuff like that, we've had a wine tasting maybe 2008, I believe that was. But I know we have a lot of artists in our community. So I'm calling you guys out. Would love for you guys to host the sip and paint. And then some of the other games, I don't know if Evan has joined us yet, but I know that he's got some comedy special going on. So I was going to talk to him about possibly doing a comedy night for AMCSI. And we've had in the past in Chicago, the Hip Hop Festival, which is really cool. I encourage you guys, if you know any local artists or musicians that are in your area that host shows, have them do a charity festival. And it could be hip hop, it could be hard rock, it could be whatever. Let's see. And then Val is not here tonight, but I want to just give her a big shout out. She does dedicate a lot of time fundraising for AMCSI, and she does the AMC Music Festival, which is hard rock bands in Staten Island every year. And she does have her bowl-a-thon every March, which is also another awesome fundraising idea. If you have a bowling alley, and I know the Foster family also did a bowl-a-thon in Kentucky. So we would love to see the bowl-a-thon happen in many states, because that's a pretty easy event to put together. Let's see. Hey, Marshall, do you want to introduce 253 for AMC and where you would like to see it go for 2024?
Sure. I don't have all the answers, but I'll take a stab at it. And I apologize. I didn't mention in introducing myself that I have arthrogryposis. I'm affected in my upper extremities, and bike riding for me as a kid was just a really great way to sort of find a headspace. I've always been passionate, as I said, about being outdoors. And back in 2022, I had this idea of like, hey, maybe we could combine some kind of a bike ride with fundraising. And I did a ride on my own that year. And there was feedback from the community and others that said, hey, I'd ride with you. I'd like to find a way to get involved. And so in 2023, we started to kind of tinker with the idea of what teams would look like, and people having a version of 253, if you will, in their own communities. And Jenny should definitely be thanked and recognized, because I think that the longevity of these fundraisers is really important. She's been doing, her fundraising for years. We're only in our second year with 253, and Jenny was kind enough to kind of collapse her efforts into 253 as we pushed for a little bit larger fundraising goal. So my vision, Ani, to answer that question for future years, is that it becomes a way. The fundraising is definitely important, but I can't emphasize enough the importance of awareness, not only about arthrogryposis, but the existence of the website. And I'll just use one example for me that was personally really impactful. It was at the very tail end of 253. I'm not a Facebook user, but I use LinkedIn heavily for work. And Ted did a really nice job putting together posts that I was able to easily repost or like. And a gentleman in Maine reached out to me and said, hey, we share a connection professionally. My daughter has arthrogryposis. And I called him and we had a really incredible talk. And it was the first time in my life where that's happened. Someone else brought me into the organization. And so it gave me hope that in today's world, and with social media and the ability to really like leverage that exponent, that there's a really cool opportunity to grow the network in the organization. And then in turn, other people, as we get larger and larger, can do different types of fundraising, including all of the bullet points here, or maybe contribute by having a team for 253. So that's a little bit about it. Happy to answer questions, lessons learned along the way. By no means am I an expert. There are people on this call that have that probably have more experience fundraising over a longer period of time, but happy to share any other thoughts if folks have questions.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Marshall. I just wanted to get you in there real quick, because I know that with 253 and the many arms of motion that people participated in this year was incredible. So it's nice to see like Alexis's kids and Cheney's kids participate in this movement. So it was really exciting. And of course, having Jenny and Dylan join you for 253 this year is so impactful. So thank you both for all of your fundraising efforts, and of course for raising awareness for arthrogryposis.
One fun thing that we might do is I'd love a competition for a new slogan for 253, because I've struggled with it. I think this year we had join us any way you can. We played with this idea of like joint in motion, meaning brought together through motion or in motion. I think another one that could be interesting is what moves you, but the point being that we don't want to define that for folks. We'd rather see them define it for themselves. So open to ideas.
Absolutely. Awesome. So the other items that are on the list for tonight are just some of the ideas that could possibly happen. We don't necessarily have anything solidified here, but it has been in the talks with some of our AMC families. So a motorcycle run, a ride for charity, a golf tournament that I know we might have in the works, possibly with some of our AMC families that have also mentioned the golf tournament. I know, Marshall, we talked really quickly about that with your mom, so maybe. And then Maria, Ted and I also covered in our staff meeting recently the possibility of raising funds through our schools. And that is also a fun way to raise awareness within the school setting, with the faculty and staff there, and also the students, possibly a crazy hat day, or the staff paying $1 to wear jeans for AMCSI. And the other, let's see, the employment donor match program, which is really cool. We have a lot of folks that do list AMCSI as their charity of choice through their employer. So if your employer has a donor match program, please look into that for us. That'd be really exciting to also be a part of that through your employer. Maria, do you have anything to add to this list?
Not necessarily. I think the important thing is to let people be creative. You know, kids, schools, and they always come up with different things, the bake sales, the jean day, the dress up day, whatever it may be. And I think what we're trying to promote here is creativity, and whatever aligns with people, whatever they can do, whatever speaks to them, and whatever reach you may have. These are just ideas to get people started. Some are more powerful and impactful than others, but I know that we're looking for a variety that hopefully you can find something amongst that list, or at least inspire you to come up with something of your own. The employer one, employer match, is a very powerful one. We have been talking as a team about how many of our AMCers or their extended families work for large companies that either pay for volunteer hours. So that will be great if anybody is in the region where the conference will be held. The same thing with a company match contribution for donations. If you know of any of those organizations, you can let us know. You can run your own campaign within the company and get your team and colleagues at work to do that. And there's a multiplier that comes with that as well. So we've done quite a bit of research, identified a lot of different companies, but it really takes someone who is within the organization that can put us in contact with the HR department or the division head, so we can have a conversation and get them to approve such a program. So even that connection can be valuable to us, and then we can really work through the details on the specifics. So that's just the creativity run. And hopefully we'll get some suggestions, ideas, and volunteers to step up and take on some of these, and we would love to partner with you.
Awesome. Thanks, Maria. So the only other thing I wanted to cover to you tonight, and I totally forgot about mentioning this on the board call earlier. So we do have a special partnership with the Lady Shriners, and the Grand High Priestess that Alexis got to meet, Karen, is traveling the entire United States, raising money for AMCSI, which is so nice. And I wanted to share with you something really special that happened recently, and I let Skylar know. So one of our conference grant recipients posted a very powerful thank you and appreciation for being the recipient for our conference scholarship grant. This was the first time she was able to come to conference, and she was just very moved by being selected and very appreciative. And so in her Facebook post, she shared photos, and she shared just how she felt being present among AMCers and the AMC family. And she just was it was just a beautiful post. And Karen, I shared it, and Karen saw that and read it at a stop of hers, and she said it brought everybody in the room to tears. And for her special project, which is AMCSI, the ladies donated $3,000 just from that Facebook post. So I just want you guys to know that when you share things about the impact that AMCSI has, it makes a difference, and we're able to do what we do because of you guys. So we really do appreciate everything that you do as far as appreciation for us publicly. So it makes a huge difference for all of us. So thank you, and thank you to Karen for making all these waves all over the United States for us. I have thoroughly enjoyed watching her journey across the United States. And it's really cool because she did say she was able to meet a few that have grandchildren with AMC, and so she's making an impact in various states, and so that's awesome. So I do not have anything else on my list. I know Ted has a laundry list. Oh, Alexis, go ahead. So sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, just to jump in, speaking of conference, the announcement I wanted to share is that the board met today and discussed and voted on adding a new conference grant. It will be named in memory and honor of Alicia, who we lost. And the details will be determined much later because we cut the board meeting short so we could jump on this call. But we wanted to do something for her, but that's not all. We also decided to grant her family our bereavement grant, which goes to people with AMC who have died. And we have precedents in years past to do a special award to a family member of someone with AMC, and also to grant her youngest, Lemmy, with a lifetime membership grandfathered in from when we had lifetime memberships, so that their family, who I believe will be at conference this year, the dad is, won't have to worry about getting a membership to get the conference discount, or it will be taken care of from now on. And I just want to say that Alicia was a beautiful, vibrant, encouraging, wonderful volunteer and friend of AMCSI, and her life touched so many of our families, and this is the least we can do, and we are trying to show their family our love. Okay, now that I have you crying, back to you, Annie.
Thanks, Alexis. So for those of you who do not know, Alicia McCavanagh was our conference photographer for the last 7 years. If you attended conference, you saw Alicia with her big camera and my camera around her neck. She carried 2 cameras, so she would never have to take the time to switch lenses. And she had blossomed as a photographer. She wanted those photographs to be so impactful to our families. She really took the time to learn her camera and her laptop. She went and purchased a new laptop and all the programming to edit photos. She was just so proud of all the work that she did, and she was just so supportive of AMCSI for the last 7 years. I still hear her voice. It's crazy. I'm just like, she's got that loud Italian voice. She's going to be missed. Just seeing her and hearing her voice come around the corner greeting everybody. And she did an incredible job of touching so many of our family's lives. So I know that her loss is definitely going to be felt next year from our team and also our families. So I just want to thank you, the board, for acknowledging her and doing that for her family. I know it'll mean a lot to them. So thank you. Okay, emotions. So the other thing I wanted to share, if you guys didn't have a chance to, I think we posted the link to her service. It is online. If anybody that knew Alicia wants to watch it, it's still there. Her 5 children spoke, and it was beautiful and very emotional. All right, so with that being said, I don't have anything else to cover tonight, but I know, like as I was saying, Ted has a long list of announcements to cover, some of the things that we are working on and some of the things that are coming up, and just some other reminders for our team and of course our AMC family at home.
Okay, so tonight we covered the fundraising aspects and coming up with ideas, and with that in regards, if anybody is watching tonight, please let us know what ideas that you might have or want to share. We'll gladly promote them and push everything and help you out in any way that we can. You can always email us at info@amcsupport.org. And we'll get right back to you with any information that you might need. Since it's Halloween next week, we're not going to be here, but we will be here the following Tuesday. And with that, we also posted a Halloween post recently. I don't know if everyone's seen it, but it's for a Halloween costume contest. So if you have your best photos that you've had, it could be the past years or who you're dressing up as this year, please send them along to enter the contest. You can either send them in the links on Facebook or Instagram, or again, email us at info@amcsupport.org for your chance to win a t-shirt. And those announcements will be made in early November. We're also offering free shipping now through October 31st through our shop on any items. And if you use the code, all one word, all caps, free to ship at checkout, your shipping will be free on any items that you purchase now through October 31st. We also have an upcoming preteen Zoom session this Saturday where we have a pre-registration link for the parents to pre-register their preteen in order to get the Zoom link to enter the session this Saturday. And we'll be posting that tomorrow as well. So we have a code each night for the Together Tuesdays. And tonight's code, if you've been watching us so far, is blue for AMC. And you can either email us that you've seen it, and that's the code tonight, to enter. The first 5 people that respond with that code will get a free t-shirt from our shop. And with that, that is all the announcements we have tonight. So we are good to go. We want to thank everybody for joining us, and we will see you in 2 weeks, and have a wonderful Halloween. Be safe and be strong.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone. Hope you feel better, Maria. Thanks, Rod, for joining us.